From its 250th anniversary to the reopening of the Avery Research Center, I sit down exclusively with College of Charleston President Dr. Andrew Shue for this edition of Quintin's Close-Ups. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel and download my free Quintin's Close-Ups app in your Apple or Google Play stores. President Andrew Shue, welcome back to the award-winning Quintin's Close-Ups.
Quintin, good to see you again.
I appreciate it greatly. And Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year.
I appreciate it greatly. Yeah. Obviously, you have been the president here at the College of Charleston since July of 2019.
Since May.
Oh, that's right. I'm supposed to know that. What is the biggest difference between May 2019 and January 2020 as you as president?
Well, I think on campus you can really feel the optimism and enthusiasm now about the future of the college. And we also made great progress in certain areas. One of my focuses is recruitment and enrollment, and we made great progress in trying to get more students to apply to the College of Charleston, and more importantly, to get more minority students to apply to the College of Charleston. We have seen a 40% increase in our African American applicant to the College of Charleston.
To the College of Charleston.
Right. Yeah.
And this might be a redundant question because you just basically talked about it, but if you were to stand in front of the Board of Trustees right now and deliver your State of the College of Charleston address, what would that title be?
So I have actually gone around campus with a presentation. The title is Tradition and Transformation. We're celebrating our 250th anniversary, and we have a long tradition of academic excellence, and that's what we're celebrating this year. But also, we're looking forward to the next 250 years to see how we can further improve and move the College of Charleston to the next level of excellence. So my title was Tradition and Transformation, and will continue to be Tradition and Transformation.
Let me continue the conversation. You talk about 250. The Charleston Chronicle writes this quote, President Andrew Shue, who took the reins of the college as its 23rd president in May of 2019, says the anniversary is an opportunity to look back at the past achievements while also planning for the future. Which past achievement plays in your mind right now, President?
Well, past achievement, the history of the College of Charleston, of course, has its, great achievements, but also its difficult times. But in terms of achievement, we have grown from a small local college into a large comprehensive university over the last 250 years. So it's already been transformed into something that it was not before. And a lot of that transformation happened in the 1970s.
Sure.
But what we're discussing on campus is that now we're ready for the next step. So what's the next big step that will move us to even higher ground?
And let me continue with the article because it reads this. The college will unveil and begin implementing a new strategic plan during the anniversary year. And Shue says the plan will focus on raising the school's national and international profile, creating a more in-demand academic program, elevating efforts to support, retain, and graduate more students, and continue to diversify the campus community. What is the school's profile now, nationally, internationally?
Well, so we're right now considered by some a regional university and a comprehensive university at that. But we are known as a very good liberal arts institution.
Sure.
So in the state, we attract good in-state students, but our second largest student body comes from the state of New Jersey, and a lot of students come from the Northeast, so we're known nationally. We attract a very well-prepared group of students to this campus. So that's our current status.
How in demand are your academic programs right now?
Well, so clearly we have many programs that are in high demand, our business programs, our biology programs, and we're also looking at developing new programs, not new program, but new programs.
Right.
And one example of that is our new engineering program. And we thought we would have a very small program because we are not known for engineering. And in fact, the first the cohort will be coming in this fall of 2020. We already have over 300 applicants to this new engineering program.
Wow.
And we also have 30% of the applicant pool for the new engineering program from our local, not local, but in-state minority groups. So we are, our programs are clearly in high demand.
High demand. How many students do you hope will graduate under your tenure?
How many students do I hope to graduate? So obviously, one of my goals is student success, and student success is measured by their timely graduation. And we admit about 2,000 students per year as freshmen, and then we have about 700 transfer students every year. So my hope is that all of them would graduate in 4 years' time, and then for each year I would be able to graduate 2,700 students. And then you time the number of years that I will serve you, that's the number of students I'm hoping to graduate.
Yes, smart man. And you also said this quote, "We will celebrate the past 250 years of our university's accomplishments by focusing on retaining our best and strongest traditions while envisioning the transformation of our college in the next 250 years." What are those best and obviously strongest traditions you all have here at the college right now?
So our strongest tradition, of course, is our liberal arts education, right? So liberal arts education is becoming increasingly more important in the country simply because without a good liberal arts education, you wouldn't have the well-prepared and well-rounded citizens, and then you see the current extremism, both left and right, and the fact that we do not have a good conversation across the aisle in our political arena. That's why liberal arts education is becoming increasingly more important for us. So that's our tradition, and we're going to carry on that tradition.
Where should that conversation go in your mind when you talk about politics, and obviously liberal arts?
So in liberal arts, really, we need to think about how people can amicably disagree, right? How they can have a civil discourse without, having to fight with each other physically, right? So we need to have restore our civility in our political discourse.
And let me get back to obviously leadership and obviously traditions and the 250. You also said this quote, "We plan to use this anniversary as a way to involve more of the alumni and community leaders in the important efforts that will define the College of Charleston's future." How do you define the college's future under your current leadership?
So we're going through a strategic planning process. And my hope is that everybody on campus and all our partners off campus would participate in the strategic planning process, and collectively will re-envision our future and plan on a new direction. And we know we want to be a better university for the citizens of South Carolina. We know we need to provide the workforce, the talent for our new local economy, which is considerably different from 10, 15 years ago. We know all of those, but how to get there, we're going to ask the entire campus and the entire Charleston community to help us redefine that future.
How do you define the local economy right now?
Well, the local economy is great. We're one of the fastest growing metropolitan areas in the nation, and we have seen tremendous growth in our high-tech industry. About 20 years ago, we only had 17 software companies in the metropolitan area. Now we have 375 or more probably as we speak. It's increasing number of software companies. And not only of high-tech software companies, but also high-tech manufacturing companies. You now have Boeing, you have Volvo, Mercedes-Benz, Bosch.
Right.
They're all here, and come with them the second-tier and third-tier suppliers. So it's already an international destination for both high-tech industry and manufacturing. So that's the local economy. And the College of Charleston needs to transform itself to support that new economy.
How do you support it now?
Well, we support it now by providing the best talent Charleston has to get. And we graduate, as I said, about 2,500 students a year. And majority of them go into the local economy.
Right, absolutely. And let me continue one last time on 250, because obviously, as the Chronicle reports, while the festivities will include plenty of fanfare, Shu says the anniversary will also be a time of reflection and reconciliation as the university seeks to acknowledge its full history. What hasn't the College acknowledged when it comes to its history in your mind?
So clearly, this university grew up during a very difficult time of our country. We had slavery, we had the Civil War, and so forth. And in fact, this building that we're in were built with workers that were with enslaved workers. So we need to face that reality, and we need to integrate better. We need to serve our minority students better. And in fact, on February 1st, we're going to have, it was 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, we are going to have a discussion here on campus about how we are going to better diversify our campus.
You talk about minorities and diversity. Let me take you to the reopening of the Avery Research Center. The Charleston Chronicle writes this quote, "After being closed for 2 years, the Avery Research Center for African American History and Culture at the College of Charleston will reopen this month following extensive structural renovations." What were those extensive structural renovations?
Well, so we basically renovated the space and enhanced the content of the Avery Center. We're also hiring a new director for the Avery Center, and she, I assume it's a she because we have interviewed 3 candidates, are all female, will join us in April. So with that, I think we're going to becoming an even more important resources for the region. How
structured is the Avery Research Center now that it has been renovated in your mind?
How structured?
Yeah, from a racial standpoint, from a diverse standpoint. How structured is the center now?
It's very good. I mean, it's one of the primary centers in the Low Country that studies African American history. So we're the center for the Low Country for this kind of activities.
And the Chronicle also writes this quote, originally constructed in 1867 as the Avery Normal Institute, the first accredited secondary school for African Americans in Charleston. The 150-year-old building, which is located obviously on Bill Street, underwent a major $2.3 million renovation. In 1985, a year after I was born, the alumni of the Avery Normal Institutes formed the Avery Institute of African American History and Culture. In addition to the permanent exhibits highlighting African American culture and history, the center houses a variety of historical documents and artifacts available to researchers, including approximately 200 manuscripts, more than 4,000 photographs, and hundreds of reel, of obviously microfilm, VH tapes, clipping files, and digital formats. And they just asked me to archive some of my interviews as well. But when you took a tour of the Avery Research recently, where were you emotionally?
Well, emotionally, it's just a very exciting time for us, right? So, think about this institution. We integrated in 1967, and before that, minority students are not even allowed to enroll here. I myself would not be admitted to the College of Charleston. So now you have a person of color as the head of the institution, and African American studies as one of its important areas. And you have African American students studying here and becoming leaders of our country. That's a very exciting time for us.
That is indeed. Let me get to some good news. And I want to talk about the mumps because for the first time since September, according to Channel 4, there was no new mumps case verified among the College of Charleston campus in the latest round of reporting. And I'm answering this. What else did the college discover in its reporting of these mumps cases recently?
Well, I guess we're just relieved that that is finally over, because our staff worked really hard trying to help our students, and we tried very hard to give more vaccination to students and try to control it, and it seems like our efforts are finally taking effect.
During that time of the outbreak of this mumps case, did you ever consider getting yourself vaccinated?
I did. I actually, we had 2 free clinics for all of our students and staff, and I took advantage of that.
That's amazing. Thank God you're healthy. Well, President Andrew Shue, thank you so much for your time. Again, welcome back to the award-winning Quintin Close-Ups.
Thank you, Quintin.
You're welcome.
Very nice talking to you.
Likewise.